It's like, watch the world just stay stupid. Just, it's so dumb. How do you guys not see it? Oh my goodness. I'm watching it in our parliament. Them interview this guy who stole like $20 million from Canadians in this Arrive scam app. He gets up there, and the first thing he tells them is he's mentally ill. And that he has this mental illness, and that some of the questions will be difficult. Like when he went to go get that contract, did he let them know that he was mentally ill then? Like if he's aware of his illness, shouldn't he be putting that on his resume? I tend to not have answers. But hey, we as people, we're just okay with that. That's Canadians, $20 million of our money, and the fucking guys running around on the streets like nothing even happened. We allow it. Then we got this guy who stole $20 million worth of gold. I believe it was from the airport or something. They catch him. And, well, he's not even in jail. Not even, like, how could he not be a flight risk? I mean, the guy had the ability to freaking steal $20 million worth of gold out of the airport. Like he's got to have connections somewhere. But no, we as people, we're just dumb as mud. We're as dumb as mud. And then you got the Americans over there, like, what's going on with your speaker over there? Michael Johnson or whatever his name is. Like, holy smokes. That's a sad situation. Giving all your money to Ukraine again. You know what I mean? That's just, I don't know. That's, to me, you know. And the FISA thing, you know what I mean? But then again, who knows? Maybe he's a good guy and he's fooling the bad guys by thinking he's with them. And meanwhile, the FISAs are to take on, like, we're finally going to get Bill Gates and stuff. Maybe that's what old Mike's thoughts are. I don't know. But hey, man, if he's giving your money to Ukraine and he wants civilians to be surveillanced, and to me, that's bad news. He's playing for the wrong team. But you know what I think about him. You know, like, I don't know how you guys think that's good news. Like, come on. So Trump gets charged for having some paperwork. And in that paperwork that he has, it actually says that they're trying to set him up to look like he started a war against Iran. And they're going to punish him for trying to hold on to those papers. and the American people are all right with it. But when Joe does the same thing, well, he's incompetent. He's old. He doesn't know any better. So that shouldn't ring alarm bells off throughout America saying, hey, our president isn't responsible for paperwork. Like, maybe he should be out of office if he's not responsible for paperwork. What are we going to do when he has to actually make a big call? Like, this is the guy in charge, and your government's telling you he's not capable of. Well, but then nobody fucking cares anyways. It's a sad situation. Holy shit. Like, I always say the same shit, but like, oh man. Yeah, Speaker Johnson there. But hey, you guys let Pelosi become like a trillionaire. You know what I mean? Nothing, not just, you get yourself as rich as you want, Nancy. You do your little double dances or whatever you want to do there, sweetheart. Nobody cares that these people rip you off. They're ripping us off. They're like, Justin Trudeau, I don't get it. Like, here's the deal. Everybody says he's a complete failure. I tried doing TikToks, and it's ticking me off because somehow they're just deleting. No, hey, you said something bad. They're just gone. Like, I did this TikTok about Justin Trudeau on how everybody thinks, well, not everybody, but a lot of people are starting to see that he's a complete failure. And well, I was trying to let the people know that he's definitely not a complete failure. I mean, he's succeeding in doing what he wants because there's no way you can get the country this fucking destroyed and just build your portfolio up to the way it is. Now, I'm not telling you it's big. I'm just saying if you want to go look at it, go look and see for yourself. Justin's doing all right for himself, so why is he able to manage himself well, but our country's just going to shit? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, you know what I mean? And then, oh man. I seen, like, hey, when they passed that bill, they were all waving those Ukraine flags. Man. This is hard not talking to anybody. Like, I should go and get I should do it. I should just go out and buy some equipment and do this all up nice, you know what I mean? Have guests and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm talking to somebody, so maybe I'm not so, but hey, what do you guys think? I've been pretty hard about Exanime, how I think she's guilty because of the way she acts. I think she acts guilty, you know what I mean? But maybe I should talk to her about my Ukraine thoughts. Maybe she could set me straight. Because, like, they said that before the war, like, I can ask her how she thinks as a Ukrainian person, too, as to what Putin's done or all that stuff, you know what I mean? I could ask her about, as a Ukrainian, how do you feel about this war starting? Because, well, NATO couldn't keep the treaties going between, well, they encroached on their land. And how do you feel about NATO there, Exanime? How's that? Like, how was Ukraine before the war? Like, Bill Gates is saying it was the dirtiest place in the world, but a lot of human trafficking there. Do you know, it's like, maybe we could get these answers from Exanime. She thinks she'd be a good guest. She could set me straight on how Ukraine really is. Like, does she know of an Azov battalion? Does she know about them? Like, does she aware that they're like of the Nazi kind and they're an elite fighting force for her army? Is she aware of that, or have I been misinformed? Like, but then she hangs out with those people with those 8-8 tattoos, so it makes it kind of weird and funny, you know what I mean? Makes you wonder. But yeah, and you know, I'd really like to ask her too. What do you think of your president over there? Do you think he's still acting? I mean, do you think, like, because America is Exanime's homeland now, how do you feel about the president and his wife coming over, begging for your tax dollars, Exanime? And, well, the princess there, she's out spending millions on diamonds, jewelry. Does that upset Exanime? Does she think that maybe well, he's got quite the net worth too. I mean, you think he'd pitch in a little money for his country, you know what I mean? I haven't seen how his net worth's going down or heard the big announcements that, well, Zelensky was willing to put in some of his own money. Why are we paying? You know what I mean? If he's not willing to, and he's a Ukrainian, like, come on, man. That's why I think well, I'd have to ask Exanime too. Like, what about that Russian oligarch that seems to run Zelensky there? You know what I mean? And then what did you think about when Biden withheld money and wanted the prosecutor fired that was going after the business that his son was working for? Like, how do you think Examine would take that? Like, these are just kind of the questions that I'd like to ask. Examine would be a good guess for me that I could get my answers on. Maybe I could have a different feeling towards Ukraine because my heart goes out to anybody. I think that, well, NATO shouldn't have approached and done their thing, and I don't think any of these deaths were necessary, and my heart goes out to the Ukrainian people. You know what I mean? But that Azov battalion, they asked the question to Zelensky one time if it was still up and operational. And he said, no, we took all the guys and we spread them amongst all the other fighting elites and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? So maybe the love of the other soldiers has got them loving and they don't have that mindset anymore. Or maybe they're spreading that mindset, you know what I mean, to pump the troops up or something. Who knows, you know? You never know. That's why it's called searching truth, you know what I mean? Gotta search for it. We don't know it. The anime could get us closer to it. I really think Exanime would be a very good first guest. Like, I would commit myself to buying some equipment if Exanime would be my guest. Like, I would think Tony Dodge, because I think he's guilty too for the way he acts. I mean, like, just show your DMs. I'd rather show my DMs like, hey, I'm not ashamed of who I am. Here they are. I'm not that person you think that I am. But no, we hide it and we shame people and we make fun of them and we block them and we, you know, we call them crazy and all sorts of stuff like that. But yeah, Tony Dodge, I think he would just, this really wouldn't be much to the conversation if I would have it with Tony, but maybe he could explain why he was in Truckee. Did he ever explain why he was in Truckee, why his location thing was? Oh, I don't know. Bye. I'm just sitting here wondering why the world's so dumb and what I need to do to fucking, like, get through people's heads that, well, hey, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. Like, this is getting ridiculous. And it really is. Like, I can't even want. Like, maybe I could get, hey, here's another option for the old new show. If I'll get the equipment, if I could get Exanime on, or if I could get, look here, well, let's see what he has to say. Oh. Man, let's see what old Mikey has to say. Look at him.
Congratulations, dear ones. You passed with flying colors.
With flying colors.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
We're the best there is.
We're the best.
At what we do. Hello, everyone. I am Michael, and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. The humiliation ritual. Many chosen ones go through the humiliation ritual right before they level up, before your ascension, if you will.
I've been humiliated for 4 years, bud, and yours is coming. Yours is coming, you little narcissistic. I love it when Mikey talks about narcissism. It makes me laugh so hard. Like, I gotta tell you the Michael Delaroche story, okay? So, like, when you're going through a spiritual awakening, you're hoping it's not just you. So you're looking for others. You're like, is anybody else going crazy? Like, hey, so Michael here, I reached out. Michael says a lot of good things. He does. You can learn a lot from him. He teaches a lot of good things. So he's very believable, right? He was a teacher before. So he's very believable. So me going through what I thought was a spiritual awakening and trying to get help, you know what I mean? So I reached out to this fella. I reached out through his girlfriend or whatever. And well, she tried taking the money, but she goes, "Well, you can talk to me." I was like, "No, I'm like, I like to talk to Michael." So he emails me back and says, "Yeah, we can talk anytime. You know, here's my PayPal. I do this by donations." So I reply back to him because I don't know. I don't fucking don't know how much spirituality costs, right? So I thought, hey, I'm asking this guy to have like a half an hour conversation. $50 sounds good. So I email him back and I say, "Hey, bud, how about $50?" I was like, I'll you give me a time and whatever, however you want to do this, and then I'll send you $50. And he like he blocked me. He wouldn't talk to me anymore. So I thought to myself, well, maybe I came off crazy. Maybe I'll give him another opportunity. I joined his fucking Patreon at $50 a month. What a fucking idiot I was. But hey, anyways, so I joined, and so they have like these meetings, right? So where you can talk over the web here, and so I tried going into some, and I like listened first. Just I held back. I didn't say anything. I wanted to get a feel for what they were saying, right? So I noticed they're talking a lot about crypto. I'm like, what the? I thought we were fucking chosen people. I thought we were here to help people. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, this is weird to me. So finally, I get a chance to talk, and I kind of say that, like, hey, aren't we supposed to be helping the children? Like, don't we know they're in trouble? Hey, aren't we supposed to be helping each other to make a better world? Like, how come we're talking about cryptocurrency here? How come how come we're not talking about how to make instead we're talking, he's like comforting everybody. Oh, we're so hard done by. We're the chosen ones. We're hard. You just got to be strong. No fear. Like, hey, there's no fear. Like, I don't know. I don't like, anyways. So this guy kept interrupting me about Bitcoin. So when I was trying to talk, so I kind of went off a little bit. You know how I got sometimes. And I went off and I was like, listen, shut the fuck up about fucking Bitcoin. Like, we should be fucking doing something. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, Michael, like, what is this about? And all of a sudden, he fucking mutes me and fucking boots me and tells I could still listen because I was a Patreon member, but he's making up stories saying I was swearing at the women and all this other shit, and I'm like, hey, here's the deal. I still have Patreon, so you have the pages that you can write on too, right? So I was writing some brilliant shit. It's probably still there. So he goes on his show, and instead of fucking talking to me, because I'm like, why don't you just talk to me instead of fucking being a goofball to me? And no. Goes on his show because I was saying some really good shit on his fucking page. Goes on his show. Oh, sometimes the Satanists they are all full of wisdom, and these serpents, this Satan, like, he went on 3 shows in a row calling me a Satan and a serpent and all this other shit. Who is this? Is it no? Nobody's there anymore. Anyways, so this guy's like a huge, like, do you know what it's like to go through a spiritual awakening and knowing that he's telling 70,000 people that you're a fucking serpent and shit, and some of them know who you are, and he's not saying your name, and it's just blocking it all off, and But yeah, anyways, if I am chosen, and well, Michael's about to have his humiliation ritual for being chosen too. I've taken my medicine. I hope Michael takes his and learns his lesson, because well, I've got like lots of emails and stuff that will prove that he's very narcissistic, and well, he's not really there. Like if you want to talk spiritual and what we should actually be doing instead of sitting in fear, telling ourselves not to be in fear, you know. But anyways, I don't know. I don't know. Does Michael have a plan? Like he is Archangel Michael. I wonder if we compared plans to save the world. Which one would work? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, we have Michael there. Hey, what else do you guys want to talk about? The all nobodies that are there. Nobody. Hey, little me's got a 100% facts video here. Let's do a review of it.
If you're rejected, accept it. If you're unloved,
Hey, they don't become any more unloved than me, bud. Here I am, the most unloved person in the world. Nobody loves me, and I can prove it. Because they love a version of me that they want, and that's just not me, so that's not who they're in love with. You know what I mean? Like, how can you be chosen and like not even listen to me? Like, hey, WEF is a real thing. Like, prove to me it's not. And if it is a real thing, shouldn't we act before our fucking kids live in that world? And like, hey, like, you don't see the agenda coming? Like, our kids are going to be bigger slaves than we are. Do we leave the fight to the kids? Do we, like, how far do we go before there's nothing left? Fear, 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 fear. There's nothing to fear if you have the truth. You know what I mean? Or at least you're trying to search it. You know what I mean? I don't have the truth, but I'm searching it. So that makes me invincible. When I'm searching for the truth, I'm invincible. But there's nothing to fear if you're in the truth. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Anyways, like, oh yeah, we're doing the review.
if they choose someone or something over you, move on. Not everyone you love will stay. Not everyone you trust will be loyal.
Nobody was loyal.
I don't care about losing people who don't want to be in my life anymore.
And
I've lost people
lessons from
who meant the world to me, and I'm still doing just fine. Do not follow the majority. Follow the right way.
Follow the truth.
You can feel it when someone is not being real with you. Energy never lies.
Am I real with you guys? Am I real? I don't know. I think I'm the realest motherfucker in the world, and that's why nobody likes me. I don't care if I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Hey, if I'm wrong about Trump, I'm wrong about Trump. But at least we searched for the truth, right? Like, hey, you can make these fuckers tell them you want a new system. No more Federal Reserve. Hey, our communities now own the banks. No more corporation banks. You know what I mean? It could all just, and hey, and if, think about it, it'd be the biggest wealth transfer of all time. Like, if you got guys that are treasonous, like Bill Gates, just say Amazon boy is treasonous, and, you know, the Rockefellers, and like all of them, like P. Diddy. Like, if he tried to hurt the world with his actions, then hey, shouldn't the world get his money? It's like Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab and all these guys. They're not going to need it. They're going to be in jail. Wouldn't that be nice? Watch those guys. Everything they ever wanted for us, they get. That's the beauty part. You know what I mean? 24-hour surveillance. Watch from your fucking favorite TV, your phone, whatever. Just a reality show. Because that's what they do. They laugh at us. They laugh at us. They think we're stupid because we accept the fucking stupidity. We accept it. We just say, okay, there's nothing I can do. There's so many more of us, but no, we got all our different religions, and we got all our different colors, and we got all our different victim groups, and we got everything. We got, instead of coming together and making a better world for everybody, because, well, I live in the real world. You guys tell me I don't. People can't survive right now. It's fucking, they can't. And there's no reason for it. Like, you have no idea. When you start thinking simply, like, you just, like, our countries are the richest countries in the world. We should not be living like this. Like, what is the reason for it? Like, what reason? We're supposed to make the rules, you know what I mean? Life's supposed to get, like, technology's supposed to make life better as you go along. Why does it keep getting worse? I know we have more toys and more material things and stuff like that now, but we're more fucked up than we've ever been. Like, as human beings, you'd have to admit, right? I mean, we're not smart enough to know that we should close our borders because the mentally insane, the people from jails, a bunch of young Chinese men are coming into our country. Well, like, we don't think that we should. Like, that's not cause for the army. We'll hold the army back for Israel, you know what I mean? Like, hey, shouldn't the army be protecting their own freaking land? Like, how hard is it to figure this out? Like, it is not hard. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm the stupid, crazy one. I mean, you guys think too much. Like, I think outside the box. And when you solve problems, you try and find like the easiest way. So everybody comprehendo, but nobody comprehendo. I was born with special gifts. The one right here. It's pain in the ass to actually see what no one else can see. It's hard. Not, I shouldn't say what no one else can see, but the hard one is when you gotta actually watch a human being and you can just fucking see that they're a piece of shit and they're fucking so convincing that they're not. It's fucking not even funny. I'll tell you a story. So I'm on TikTok and there's this guy on there called Spotted Horse. You can go check him out for yourself. And what he does is he makes a lot of fuck you Trudeau videos, and like, he's a native fella. He's got a rusty voice like this. And he just puts Trudeau down all the time, which is I got no problems with, right? But this guy's no better. So he's having a live. So me trying to have a little fun. I type in there, hey bud, want to join the Hopi Prophecy with me? Well, he kind of about another prophecy, and I was like, well, whatever. Hey, whatever prophecy you want. Hey, get up off your ass. Let's do something. You know, I didn't say that. But then he started talking about whites and natives and stuff like that. And I responded back in the comments. I said, we all come from one and we all believe the same. I don't know what I said that pissed him off. But all of a sudden he's like, are you one of those vaccinated ones? And I'm like, what? And then he starts asking me if I'm into transgendering off of that comment. So I'm like, you're like, hey, bud, like, what are you doing? And he continued to try and insult me. So I was like, you're a hater, bud. Why are you hating? And then he called me, he goes, listen, I know you're vaccinated. And I don't associate it with vaccinated people. And I was just, that's when I started getting a little upset with him. I'm like, hey, bud, I'm starting to read you real good. So then I said, you have no love, right? So he says, I got lots of love. If you watch my channel, you'll see I talk about love all the time. And he talks about it, but he really doesn't because he blocked me. He's like, you're muted, bud. I'm just like, you are like Justin Trudeau. You hate the vaccinated. Why? Because they did something that you disagree with? Well, hey, some of them realize that they made a mistake. They want to fix it. They want to help others to make sure that they don't continue to make that mistake. I want to spread the word. You know what I mean? But he thinks he's better than me. But hey, as a chosen one, I believe that God wanted me to get it so I could associate with the ones that did it because, well, what he doesn't know is I had an old man living in my house. And unfortunately, they made it so crunch time that, you know what I mean? I talked to my family doctor. I did what I could, and then I went and did it to protect somebody. So I know why people went and did it. You know what I mean? But he wants to hate on people. I don't agree that it was the right thing to do. But as an open-minded individual, I gotta understand when I make wrong choices, just like Spotted Horse did when he messed with the chosen one. But hey, so you know what? He hates there, just like Justin does. And then, just like Justin always censoring, he mutes so that he can be the one feeling good on top and that you don't get a say, even though he got to talk to shit for no reason. It's weird, you know what I mean? But these are the people I gotta rely on for my freedom. Oh, it's ridiculous. Like, what is going on? Oh yeah, we're doing. See, I get so far off track. I'm doing this little me video.
Always speak how you feel, and never be sorry for being real.
I'll never be sorry for being real.
Give people time. Give people space. Don't beg anyone to stay. Let them roam. What's meant for you will always be yours. I feel so much better when people don't know where I am and what I'm doing. You may not be able to control. If you're rejected,
I feel at peace when I'm alone. I'm alone. I just I hit a button. Oh, look, hey. 17 people are watching Rocco. Like, how do you guys watch this? I bet he's been on Ryan Garcia's nuts like hardcore, eh? He's blessed. Yeah, that's like, yeah, okay. Ryan Garcia is out there teaching young boys to fucking go out and get drunk, and when you're trying to achieve your dreams, just fucking go and party. And like, does he actually sound like a man of Jesus? Like, fucking grow the fuck up, Rocco. Wake up, bud. He's telling people he wants to put he's gonna put his willy in their mouth, and he's like, I don't get it, man. Like, and Oscar De La Hoya, like, why would you put on a show like that? Why would you, like, if you really care about the kids and you have that platform every day? Dick Durbin, where's the list? Dick Durbin, where's the list? Dick Durbin, why are you so scared, Dick Durbin? Dick Durbin, why? Like, he has the platform. Like, all he's doing is asking, hey, where's the list, Dick Durbin? You're blocking it. Blackburn from Tennessee wants it, or whatever her name is. So why don't you show it? Why are you so scared? And why do you act so stupid when you answer any questions about it? Like, man, if I had their platform, I'd probably be dead, but at least I fucking tried. These guys just, like, it's a, fuck, like you guys don't see the music industry. Like Kid Rock doesn't even come from a trailer. He comes from this huge mansion from what I've seen. So, and then, fuck, Bud Light's the best fucking beer in the world. Now that they signed with the UFC, and fucking the CEO fucking showed fucking Kid Rock a good time, like, does that even make sense? And then you hear rumors about that he's gay. Not that that matters, but well, at least be who you're supposed to be. You know, like, or who you should, well, like, whatever. Like the whole music industry's fucked. Like, look at Chase Matthews. A make-believe story on how he was homeless and how much else of his story is fucking baked up and created. Like, hey, how come he never had to answer for what he was? Like, was that, like, wouldn't you come right out when that was said? Like, hey, I didn't know about that guy's past or whatever. Like, wouldn't you? Something, but nothing hide. Nothing. Can you, like, why would you hang out with someone like that? And then you got, like, well, who else got up church? Luke Combs, who can't even stand up and say, hey, whatever that flag means to Ryan, you know what I mean? It's his video. Instead, they ask him to take it down, and how he's all ashamed that he ever did it, and, like, how is that fucking being an outlaw? He knew what that flag meant to Ryan, and he knew that it didn't mean racist. Because if he knew it meant racist, then he never should have did the video with Ryan. You know what I mean? Like, it's all sorts of weird. And then you got, hey, how come no one's picking up on this? Jelly Roll and Struggle apparently have killers on their payroll. And, well, Jelly ain't struggling, eh? Jelly's doing pretty good in life. Like, hey, are we not seeing the bigger and better you are, the more you might have been diddied? But he's got a thing against Diddy. Maybe maybe he didn't have to do anything, you know what I mean? These are just, see, the rest of the music industry is making it look bad for all of them. Maybe Jelly isn't a bad man's boyfriend, you know what I mean? Maybe he didn't have to go through the Diddy situation. But hey, sometimes, that's Johnny Gobble. People are willing to do anything for fame, you know what I mean? I'm not saying Jelly's not talented, and just in case, hey, sorry if he isn't, but he's associated, and you're associated with who you hang out with, right? Like, that's why I always try and warn people, like, watch who you hang out with, you know what I mean? Or if you're gonna hang out with them, at least be truthful about the situation, you know what I mean? Don't take their side, like, you know what I mean? If your leader's in the wrong and you know it, you should at least, you know, anyways. Doesn't mean don't hang out with people that you think are, worth saving, you know what I mean? Worth a try, anyways. Or at least try and help them, get them fucking, so they go fucking save their families. but I'm crazy. Nothing's happening. You know what I mean? Like cryptocurrency. What's it worth? What's it like? What's its money value? And, well, we're not gonna have any paper money shortly. It'll be all digital, right? So, and it's not backed by anything. You know what I mean? It's petrol. Hey, if our dollar's backed by the petrol, hey, our dollar should be worth fucking way more than $1. It should be carrying us a long way, but that's not, I don't know. Is that the way it's supposed to work? I don't know. Our dollar's worth less the more gases? I don't know. I don't know much about how the dollar works. I just know they're gonna try and convince us that it's not worth anything. Meanwhile, it's been working off the backs of Americans and Canadians and well, whoever, you know what I mean? Money's worth a lot. You know what I mean? What is it about this guy? I wonder when he meets God if he's going to be doing that rumbling and dancing. Hey, God, I made up those stories for you. Ain't going to work. You know what I mean? He should be building up stories to bring to God, not these fucking delusion things he's got going on. He should be building a story to take to God so that, well, if we were to leave this earth, then maybe he goes to a good place. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to figure out. I still don't like the sounds of hell. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's real or not, but as far as I'm concerned, earth is hell. I don't want anything worse than this. Fucking waking up to this mess every single morning. Asking myself, going, oh, fuck, again. But then again, I tell myself, am I doing the right things? Like, should I be doing other things? Like, what other things can I do? You know what I mean? Without getting myself into trouble. Like, it's, like, you guys, I have no sense of freedom. You know what I mean? Like, hey, can you imagine going into a hospital for the 6th time? For violence and suicide, with no violence, no suicide. They'd probably clip one of my videos asking Justin Trudeau for the MAID program. That's a sacrifice. That's not suicide. That's a sacrifice. Anyways, I'm going to cut this. I'm going to try and go get something to eat. You guys all have a good night.